Hey guys, okay, welcome back to Dumb Bitch Podcast. And today I want to share a story about my friend. Let's call her Sylvia. So, Sylvia, I'm sorry for this background noise that I'm now noticing is definitely happening. Sylvia, she was. Okay, have you watched Euphoria? If you watch Euphoria, then there's this girl in it. Um, Not the main character, not the transgender girl. It's the girl who went from this shy, quirky girl to basically making videos on Pornhub. Even though that's not really her story, it's more that she gained confidence, but yeah, that's basically what it is. So, yeah, I mean, my friend Sylvia wasn't really putting stuff up on Pornhub, but she she kept cheating on her man. But we need to backtrack. So, when I was in advisory in high school, that's some cat ASMR you might be hearing in the background. Um, Sylvia was basically sitting alone. So I'm a sucker for like loners because I always used to be alone. So of course I'm gonna go and talk to all of them. And at first I'm thinking, what am I gonna say? And then I notice she's reading Yaoi. Well, I know exactly what to say now. Hey, best friend! Honestly, no one else in my class read Yaoi, and the ones who did, their boy love was more about like Korean guys. And I mean, I love Korean guys, but we gotta bring it back to the main demographic, which is anime guys. So, but yes. So, of course, we hit it off right away. I'm like, oh my gosh, you watch yaoi. I mean, read yaoi, because sadly, there's not enough yaoi to really watch. And I read yaoi. Best friends forever is basically what that was. And over time, she would bring snacks, and I would always just be like, oh my gosh, you brought snacks? Can I have snacks? So she'd start bringing me individual snacks. And I never thought much about it. But like halfway through the year, after a while, I guess that she got mad at me because she would always be buying me snacks and I would never buy her snacks. But I was too broke to buy anyone snacks. Like, But yeah. So when she brought it up, because I really had to get it out of her, I noticed she was mad and she wouldn't let me eat any of her snacks. So I was just like, okay, well, what's wrong? She said, okay, you need to bring some snacks. Well, she didn't say I need to bring some snacks, but she was like, why am I the one always bringing snacks? Are we only friends because of the snacks? Is basically what that turned into. So I decided, okay, I'll bring snacks too. So one day I bought a bag of Sour Patch Kids for like $3 because I went to school near all these white people. So it was like, oh, $5 for a bag of chips. The fuck? But yeah. So I bring it to school and I'm sitting in class, got nothing to do. Of course, I pull out the Sour Patch Kids. So by the time it reaches advisory and I see Sylvia, I hand her the bag and she's still mad at me. And I'm like, what's wrong? She's like, what's wrong? You handed me half a bag of Sour Patch Kids. I was just like, yeah, that's true. So after that, I just decided, okay, just don't bring snacks anymore, honestly. Or I won't ask you for any of your snacks. But that was the first hitch in the road. The second thing that happened was there was this guy. And oh my God, I've never seen such a crusty guy. Okay, well, that's not true. He was okay. You know, he was okay. I guess. He kind of looked like a very tall Urkel. Yeah, that's what he was. But without the glasses. I mean, he was okay, but I just didn't like him. And I have this thing where whenever I hang out with guys, I kind of just cuss them out all the time. And I honestly think it's because of cough cough father abandonment issues. But of course, I can't be like, sorry that I treat you like shit because of my dad. You know, no one's going to be like, oh, that's okay. You could keep treating me like shit. No. Okay. Like, you treat me like shit because of your dad? Okay. You could treat someone else like shit. Not me. I know that's what I would do. Shit. So, I don't really have a lot of guy friends, but yeah. And he was one of the guys I would always cuss out because he was always doing dumb shit. Like, I remember one time him and these other guys were all talking about Pokemon and they were flashing the Pokemon cards. And, you know, I'm all for Pokemon, but then they started talking about freaking, oh, what? You think my Pikachu can't beat your Sakura? The fuck? Like, why are you talking about this during lunch? I'm just trying to eat. Stop. But yeah. And I would always cuss him out. So Sylvia one day, she said, oh, that she liked him. She told me. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So want me to set you up? She's like, nah, that's fine. I'm like, oh, okay. And then and she said later on that he liked someone else. And I was like, okay. And then she said that she's over him. And I'm like, okay. Like, I really didn't care because I wasn't trying to go after him. But, yeah. And one day, I came to school super early, which is very unlike me. And apparently I think I hear a squirrel. I mean, not a squirrel, a fucking rat. Okay. Anyways, even if there is a rat, it's all the way in the kitchen, so. Oh. Okay, now I'm very scared. But anyways, yeah. So, what? Yeah. He came to school early that day, too. And I was like, yeah, so I heard you like someone. Who is it? Because I'm wondering if it's Sylvia. And he's like, oh, I don't think I should tell you. We're not friends like that. I'm like, bitch, what you mean we ain't friends like that? We sit together at lunch every day. Every day. I'm like, I was so tight. But he was like, oh, okay, fine, I'll tell you. It's you. I'm like, huh? Who? Me? Yo, when I tell you this guy, he pointed his hand towards me. So I look behind me. I'm like, I know he ain't talking about me. All I do is cuss you out. Like, it's not even, okay. This is how I know that he doesn't actually like me. He just likes me for my face. Because I'm always cussing him out. If I'm always cussing you out, how you gonna develop feelings? That's not how that works. Do you hate yourself so much that you fall in love with the person who cussed you out all day? Really? Is that what we doing? Is that who you are? No. But I didn't say all of that. I was just like, me? He's like, yeah, you. I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, you don't have to answer. I know you're just going to reject me. I was like, what? No. What? Rejects? You know, I actually don't like dating. Like, I like being single. That's what I told him, which is actually true. It wasn't a line. Mad people ask me out and I'd just be like, sorry, I like being single, because it's so much work to freaking put myself in somebody else and have to care about them. I care too much about me to also care about you. Sorry, but yeah. Had to cough. I'm very sorry. I had to mute my mic. Anyways, yes. So, yeah. And he was just going on and on. I'm like, okay, tell me why you like me. Because the first thing I thought was, oh, why did this guy like me? There's no reason for you to like me. He's like, oh, well, you're really nice. nice, I cuss you out all the time. And you're really pretty. Yeah, I know. I'm like, because later on, the next girl he liked was super cute too. So me and Sylvia was just looking at each other like, yeah, we see his type. But anyways, yeah. So yeah, obviously I rejected him. I didn't even say anything. I was just like, fuck you. I hate it when guys only like me because of my face. Like, at least, fuck you. But anyways, yeah. Yeah, so anyways, what happened? Yes, Sylvia. So when Sylvia found out that he liked me, she was like, oh, that's fine, I don't care. But the next day she threw water on me in the bathroom. And I was on my period, so she threw water on my pad. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, water all up on my pad. You know, yo, and I don't have an extra pad. This bitch, that's when you know she a bitch. When she throw water on you. And she knew I was on my period too. And I'm like, why'd you do that? She's like, no reason. And here's the thing. I'm a really easygoing person. So even though she threw water on me, usually I'd be like, oh, that's fine. Whatever. Maybe it was just an accident. Or maybe I should say I'm a pushover. Honestly, that's really bad now that I say it out loud. But anyways, yeah. Because earlier that day, someone cussed me out for being like that because he said, oh, I'm not going to apologize. You're just going to forget about it later. I'm like, oh, yeah, okay. Then I'm just not going to be a friend anymore. And then we'll see if I forgive you. I won't. So at least you'll learn your lesson. Okay, thank you. Bye. That's what I told him. And he was like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. Oh, please be my friend. I'm like, yeah, fuck you. But yeah, I forgave him, obviously. I mean, I'm sorry. I can't hold a grudge because I don't care enough. I don't care enough to hold a grudge. I don't. Like, I could forget your name, honestly. Like, but anyways, yeah. So, yeah. So after I heard him say that, this situation happened. So of course now I'm going to be like, okay, well, obviously she thinks I'm just going to forgive her because that's the way I am. Well, not today, bitch. You picked the wrong day, bitch. So I said, okay, you know what? You's a bitch. No, we can't be friends. If you throwing water on me and shit, and she's like, I'm sorry, I want to be friends. Please, come on. I was like, no, I don't want to be your friend. I don't want to be your friend. We obviously not friends if you throwing water on me. But anyways, yeah. And then it basically went back and forth like that until eventually, of course, I was just like, okay, as long as you promise not to do it again. And she didn't, but she did other sly bitchy things too. But let's not focus on that. So then she got this boyfriend named Jalen. What? Okay, fuck it. Yeah. And what? Oh, me and my other friend Liv set them up together. And basically Liv was his best friend and I just knew him from this class because she introduced me to him and I was just like, okay, well, Sylvia kinda said she'd be okay dating him and he's really into her, so okay, just let them get together. And here's the thing. Me and him had been friends for a while. So, you know, if me and him were hanging out and we're just laughing and shit, she would be like, she would give him this eye. Like, I see, you want to fight about this later? And then he'd immediately stop talking to me. And if I tried to talk to him, he'd be like, stop. And then, like, give a side eye to Sylvia and be like, So I'd just be like, okay. I see this bitch. And Liv said the same thing was happening to her too. So it's just Sylvia had trust issues. But then, like, after a few months of them dating, Sylvia's coming to me talking about the next one. I'm like, what are you talking about right now? She over here talking about the next guy she want to be with. She's like, oh, he said he gonna give me money. And, you know, I really want money. So, you know, Jalen, he ain't got nothing. So I was like, Oh, mm-mm. That's how we do? That's what we doing? Oh, okay. But yeah, I was really tight about that because, he was my friend, so I didn't really know what to do. I just decided not to say anything because he seemed to really like her, even when I told him low key that she was sus, and he did not care. So, what can I really do? And later on, I left that school, but my friend told me that they broke up and that Sylvia kept telling Liv that she was cheating on him and with multiple guys actually. It was terrible, but yeah. And then once I left that school, she didn't even try to stay in touch. She just completely thinged. I mean, I didn't really try to get in contact with her either. I just saw her one day because I was passing by the school, and then I ran away because I was looking mad crusty, and she was with this hot guy, and I was just like, oh, hell no. I can't let them see me this way. So I ran away. And what happened? Oh, she texted me later that day saying they all saw me, so that got me even more tight. Man, But yeah. So, yeah. But mad shit like that happened to me at that school. I remember my first day, some guy was like, oh, okay, he didn't say that he liked me, but he kept rubbing up on me. And one of my friends liked him. And I was just like, oh my gosh, leave me alone. I don't even want you. Well, at first, I mean, I kind of did want him because he was kind of fine. And then my friend told me that she wanted him, but I only met her. Like, I ain't know you for that long. So, he was still, I might take him anyways. Our friendship, I need a man. Because back then I was like, nah, I want to get me my first man before I leave this school. But yeah. But then, because it was always me, him, and her. So one day she didn't come, and it was just me and him. And I realized that he is an idiot. A baka. Baka janai, no? Like, he just kept talking about soccer. Okay, well, that didn't make him an idiot. Okay, let me stop. He wasn't dumb. He was not dumb. Okay, no one is dumb. Well, I mean, I have met some dumb people. No. Okay, no. I mean, the only dumb person I've met, she did not read. She made fun of me for reading. I mean, not reading doesn't make you dumb, but she couldn't hold a conversation. But at the same time, she had her own shop online, and she was selling mad dresses, making bank in middle school. So... who's the dumb one, honestly? Like, but yeah. But it was less that he was dumb. He just didn't speak English that well. So it was very hard to communicate with him. So I was just like, okay, I see. So I told him that my last boyfriend, that I kind of made him gay because I would always force him to, I think I said I would force him to feel up on other guys because I wanted him to reenact yaoi scenes, and he totally thought I was telling the truth. I was just like, bruh, how you really think that's not true? But I didn't say that. I was just like, okay. And then after that, we never walked home together ever again. And then when him and my friend started dating, my friend who I actually still speak to today, she will never know this story, okay? Never. But yeah. She told me that he said that he used to like me, but he thinks it was just because he wanted a girlfriend. And when she told me that, I was just looking at her like, okay. She gave me this eye. Like, she was really studying my face to see if I would blush or if I would look his way, like, with lust or some shit. If I was lusting after him. Nah. I'm sorry. After that one conversation me and him had together, him and I was completely done. No, he needs to stay over there. I will stay over here. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, yeah. But that's it for today's podcast. I have to cut it short because I actually have this freaking meeting that I have to go to today. Woohoo! Online classes. Bye!